Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, here what we are doing is uh, basic understanding of work design, job design, and work measurement. This is what is covered under work study and method study. So it starts from how do we define job? Okay, what is a job? So job is nothing but something which is repetitive in nature or a regular activity which is getting repeated again and again. And objective is very clearly defined. Input is defined. Output is defined. Okay, so it's a defined activity, defined regular activity. Okay, people also call it as one's occupation because you get compensation for that, either in terms of money or some other. Okay, कई बार उसमें भी बार्टर सिस्टम भी रहता है, और बार्टर सिस्टम नहीं है तो हम जस्ट एक दूसरे को हेल्प करने के हिसाब से भी करते हैं, फाइन. बट जब हम एक दूसरे को हेल्प करने के हिसाब से करते हैं, देन इट्स नॉट अ रेगुलर एक्टिविटी, so then it won't be qualifying as a job. Okay, now how do we actually understand a job? Job understanding can be derived through job descriptions, which will help you in, which will very clearly elaborate the duties, your responsibilities, and the important contributions and outcomes to be delivered by you. Okay, by an individual, or will be the outcome of a job. Now, इसके लिए आप जब कभी भी कुछ जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज आती है, so what do we ask for? We always ask for job description. So job description will tell you exactly what is to be done, okay, what you will be responsible for, what you are expected to contribute, and how your work would be evaluated, that is in terms of outcomes, deliverables. Clear?
Yes, sir.
फिर हम उसमें KRAs वगैरह की भी बात करते हैं, that is key result areas. Then we talk about KPI, key performance index. Okay.
So the slide is
Now,
not moving. It's still on the first one.
sorry, slide
It's
is
still
not
on the
moving.
first. No, sir. It's still on the first one. What is the job?
हाँ, ठीक है. I haven't changed yet.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So then comes job design. So job design will actually, who will do that job design? Normally, the reporting manager, he defines it. Okay, he designs it. So he has to very clearly lay down, indicating what is to be done, how it is to be done, why it is to be done. Okay, so this becomes the responsibility of the reporting manager plus the HR. Okay, but major responsibility lies with the reporting manager. Job design will answer the questions like who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who means what would be the characteristics of the person who can actually perform that job. That means specification. इसके लिए हम लोग बोलते हैं job specification क्या है? Job description and job specification. Job specification tells you कि उसका qualities, उसका qualifications क्या होना चाहिए. Okay, what will tell you what is to be done, where, that means geographical conditions as well as working conditions. We'll talk about where, when, whether it would be event based or it would be scheduled, okay, time based. Then why it is to be done. So कई बार ये why वाला एक part रहता है जो लोग अच्छे से handle नहीं करते हैं. So लोग अपने juniors को बस बोल दिया जाता है तुमको ये करना है, खत्म हो गया. Why is not clear. जैसे मैंने आप लोगों को बोला असाइनमेंट सबमिट करना है along with a viva, बहुत से लोगों के टेंशन आ गया because why was not clear. But उन लोगों को टेंशन नहीं आया जिनको why is clear. and how it is to be done. So that means method of performance and motivation. So broadly, job design can be categorized under three. One is task analysis, worker analysis, and environmental analysis. Sorry. Okay. Task analysis वगैरह, that is what. Okay. Worker analysis देखेंगे तो it is who, and environmental analysis basically where. Okay. So under what conditions? Job design normally, to do it, either you go with a scientific approach or behavioral or social technical approach. That is what is taken. So normally scientific matlab you study it, and after analysis you come up with a SOP. Behavioral may you give more weightage to the motivational techniques like job enlargement, enrichment, job rotation, जिससे कि the other person is able to learn, and वो same काम करता रहेगा, monotonous रहेगा, तो his performance will start going down, or he will not, he will stop liking his job. Okay, and demotivated employees are the worst thing to handle. So tools that you use, I will show you some of the tools in the next slides, coming slides. Uh, Tools like process flowchart, motion study, work measurement, time study, work sampling, these are what are used. Core job characteristics is basically skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and job feedback. That is what you actually try to manage. अगर अलग अलग वेरिड स्किल्स के हिसाब से रहेगा तो अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर स्किल यू put them to different tasks. Okay, then current trends may flexible timing for workforce, but it is not always possible. When we talk about manufacturing, flexible timing is not possible there. Okay, but in case of a software manufacturing, yes, flexible timing is applicable. Okay, compressed work week, वहां पर पहले क्या होता था, लोग 6 days out of 7 days काम करते थे. Now what people have done is, we will work only just for 5 days, but then time duration for per day has been increased. So that is compressed work week. Then sharing of the jobs, तो expertise के हिसाब से अलग अलग वो करते हैं, and to an extent even modular manufacturing भी काम में लाई जाती है. Okay, so modules बना के रखा है, depending upon the requirements it is assembled and taken care of. The new trend is work from home, and this is actually opening up to a lot of other new things coming up. जैसे आगे शायद हो सकता है people may not be there on the payroll, people may be hired based on the work basis. ये काम करके देने का है, so they may be more of a consultant kind of. आपको ये एक्टिविटी दी है करने के लिए, उतना करके आप दे दीजिए, your job role is over. That way you will be able to access experts, but at the same time your cost may also go up. But वहीं पर अगर आज की डेट में देखेंगे तो लोग you can have access to cheaper options also. So वो भी एक benefit है. Fine. Work study is actually examination of the methods of performing that job. Okay, the objective of work study is to optimize it so that you are able to deliver the maximum possible, at the same time job simplification. So jitna simple ho jayega utna better ho jayega. At times you perform work study also to even automate करने के पहले भी आप उसको ये करते हो, and then appropriate algorithms are developed which are converted into programs and instructions for the robots. Work study is always a combination of method study as well as time study. Okay, steps. मेथड स्टडी में आप वो मेथड को ऑब्जर्व करते हो, उसको रिकॉर्ड करते हो, उसको एनालाइज करते हो और उसको ऑप्टिमाइज करते हो. आई विल शो यू हाउ इट इज डन. Okay, time study में for every activity you record the time and see what is the best time or more suitable time for it. So एक वर्कर हो सकता है स्लो होगा, एक होगा फास्ट होगा, बट उनका स्लो और फास्ट होने का रीजन ये रहता है कि the way they are working. So if you combine both method as well as time study, you will be able to arrive at a standard operating process. Okay, कि ये काम को इतना टाइम लगना चाहिए, ये काम को इतना टाइम लगना चाहिए, and it is to be performed like this only. And when you do it that way, then you are able to do it faster. Okay, so methodology is to identify or select the job which is to be studied. Okay, you may use observation or any other method for recording everything, then examine the data that has been collected, analyze. Okay, and critically challenge means ये ऐसे करना है, मतलब ऐसे ही क्यों करना है, क्या और कोई दूसरा तरीका नहीं है. So that is how you challenge it. Then develop the most economical method of doing it. Measure the quantity of work done. Okay, हर एक alternative options में. Then define the best method and then install or implement that method and then ensure that it is maintained throughout. जैसे हम लोग हर बार न्यू ईयर में कुछ नए रेजोल्यूशंस लेते हैं, so we implement it immediately, but what we lose on is to maintaining the same. So maintain करने का is a challenge. Okay. Method study was very much, actually it came into popular after F.W. Taylor. He was considered to be the father of the modern management, scientific management actually. So operations के लिए काफी अच्छा काम किया था उन्होंने. So there actually what we do is we follow, ये purpose वगैरह ये सब आप देख लीजिएगा. There we normally follow SREDIM, SREDIM, which is select, record, examine, then develop, implement and maintain. Okay, so that is done. इसमें phase wise भी किया जाता है, so wherein we start we define the problem, which is nothing but we are after selection we define and ensure that yes, this itself is a problem, record all facts related to the problem, then examine the facts and start coming up with identifying the trends and the key elements. इसमें आप सारे tools वगैरह use करते हो, you even use fishbone diagram and all. Then consider the alternatives, implement the solution and follow up. Follow up means ensure the continuity of the implementation. Okay. The next thing is how to उसमें time measurement. So for time measurement, every activities are actually measured over a period of time and standard times are arrived at. So standard time और कुछ नहीं होता है, basically average time. Okay, ज्यादातर लोग किसमें कितने में कर पाएंगे. Now what you do is you make a combination of the best practices and the standard time and that becomes your SOP, standard operating process. Okay, so यहाँ पर वो over the period of time it is measured. अब इसमें मेथड स्टडी में देखिए आप इस एक तो होता है कि you will observe what activities are conducted and what all things are being done. इसमें there is another one that is motion study, जहाँ पर आप ऑब्जर्व करते हो कि लोगों का या प्रोडक्ट का मूवमेंट ओके किस तरह से हो रहा है. This will help me in understanding the dependency of different departments or different stages with each other. So अगर मेरे को पता है कि बार बार मेरा इंटरेक्शन इनके साथ में हो रहा है, सिंस इनका सबका इंटरेक्शन एक दूसरे से है, दे आर क्लोज बाई, बट ये दूर है, तो अगर मैं इसको भी इधर पास में कहीं पर रखूंगा तो इट वुड बी that movement can, this distance can be reduced, so transaction and coordination would be much better. अब ये चीजें आप ऑफिसेज में भी करते हो, जो क्यूबिकल्स बनाते हो उसमें ज्यादातर एक टाइप के लोगों को एक ही जगह पर आसपास में बिठाते हो, so that they can coordinate easily amongst themselves. Okay, so at the same time you will monitor the time and you will finalize what is the best way of doing it. This is a chart which you actually use, process chart. इसमें symbols दिए हुए हैं. O actually indicates operation. This indicates, arrow indicates transportation. This indicates inspection. This indicates delay if it is getting delayed because of some or the other reason. And this indicates storage. Okay. Delay means waiting. So ये waiting सब वो बता रहा है. So आप इस तरह से हर एक जो भी एक्टिविटीज होती है उनको एक एक करके आप इसमें ट्रेस करते हो. दिस विल हेल्प यू इन आइडेंटिफाइंग कि ये मूवमेंट रिक्वायर्ड है क्या यहाँ पर. इट इज एक्चुअली मूविंग फ्रॉम वन स्टेज टू अनदर. उसके बाद में ये वाला स्टेज है. सो दैट मीन्स कैन आई actually club these two? If I'm able to club these two activities and give it to the single person, automatically this much of time frame or this many activities are reduced. So my job will start functioning faster. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So वो है टाइम स्टडी. आप इस तरह से करते हो. आप एक्टिविटीज लिस्ट करते हो. फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने मेजर किया, क्या मेजरमेंट्स आए. सेकंड टाइम मैंने मेजर किया. यू डू इट ओवर द पीरियड एंड यू डू इट एट रैंडम. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि सेम टाइम पर आज मैंने 10 बजे मेजरमेंट लिया, अगले दिन वापस 10 बजे ही लूंगा. सो देन दैट विल नॉट बी द राइट मेजरमेंट. सो आप ओवर द पीरियड अलग अलग टाइम पर लेकर के चेक करते हो. ओके. सो यू कैलकुलेट योर नॉर्मल टाइम बेस्ड ऑन दैट. You provide some allowance and then you arrive at a standard time of measurement. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So work sampling. अभी किसी को भी आप कौन सा जॉब ऑब्जर्व करोगे, कौन सा एक्टिविटी ऑब्जर्व करोगे. सो नॉर्मली उसमें आप पहले से उसको बताते नहीं हो कि भाई मैं ये चीज ऑब्जर्व कर रहा हूँ. You go, you speak to them, make them comfortable, and then while informal discussion itself you collect your readings. नहीं तो क्या होता है, आपको अगर पता है कि वो बंदा आपको इसके लिए ऑब्जर्व कर रहा है, so then you may not be comfortable, then their behavior may be different. Okay, so measurements फिर आपके सही नहीं रहेंगे. Fine. ये बाकी थोड़ा सा आपके पढ़ने के लिए है. The important part is the learning curve. When you observe, when somebody starts working on new activities, so initially the time taken by them will be higher, but as the time passes by, the time taken to work and complete those activities, it starts reducing as the time passes by. But after a while it stagnates, it becomes the same. अब उसके बाद में either he needs to be given a training or he needs to be given some other new method of doing the same thing so that they are able to do it faster. So then this time will again come down, then again it will follow the same curve and then it will stagnate again. Okay, so that's the effect of learning curve. पहले we used to also take example in terms of learning curves also, but अभी आप लोगों को इस बार के लिए नहीं है. So I have put it as a reference. Okay, कि उसका फैक्टर क्या है 80% लर्निंग के हिसाब से, तो कितने टाइम में वही सेम काम वो कर लेगा. So it is like if a company is into manufacturing of a boat or a plane, so अगर उसने एक बोट 10 महीने में बनाया तो दूसरा बोट भी 10 महीने में नहीं बनाएगा. It will definitely be faster. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So उस तरह से you find out कि कितने टाइम में कितना डिलीवर कर सकता है. So those kind of numericals were there, but it's not a part of your this thing for this year. Okay, I've kept it as a reference. एकदम simple सा है, देखना चाहो तो देख सकते हो. Okay, with this we are finished.